Yo, what up guys, B5D here. This is the champion guide or champion spotlight for this Spirit Affinity Ox champion called Sandlashed Survivor, one that was part of my team for over a year, a part of my clan boss team, and right now I dug her out of my vault and I wanted to try her in new content in the end game to see if she can still be viable for my teams. I'll show you how I use that in the early game and how you can also use her in the end game. So right off the bat, I'll tell you that for the beginning phase, if you're new to raid, this champion is awesome for the clan boss. Usually when you put buffs on your champions and the clan boss, right, it lasts for maybe 1 turn or 2 turns, right? But she comes in there and she extends the duration of those buffs. That is what this champion is known for on this A2. That's a skill right there that she starts with. So this is the only damage, or the one that makes an AoE damage to every enemy out there if you're going to be using her in dungeon content or building her with high crit and high crit damage. But this champion for the clan boss, she's known as the champion who increases the duration of all your buffs. This skill does not only increase duration of your buffs on your allies, right? It also decreases the duration of debuffs it also decreases the duration of buffs on the enemy also. So if you're against some enemies that have some buffs placed on them, if you do have enough accuracy, she will reduce the duration of all their buffs by 1 turn. So that's what this skill is known for. But if you're going to be building this champion, you probably don't want to build accuracy on how to be reducing the duration of buffs on enemies, because you're not sure that the enemies will have buffs on them. Most enemies in raid do not have buffs on them, except you're going against PvP content where everybody buffs themselves up before they do anything. All right, that's what she's known for right there. So another thing that she brings to the clan boss that I use that for is the passive. The passive is the one that it places an ally protection on all your allies if somebody goes below 50%. So once one ally drops below 50% HP, she will automatically, since it's a passive, it will just happen. She will automatically place an ally protection on everybody else. When she places that ally protection, it makes her vulnerable, right? But guess what? She places block damage buff on herself also for 1 turn. Now, this is awesome because ally protection reduces the damage that your allies will take, but that means Sandlashed will begin to take all that damage. So you need to build this champion with high enough defense to survive that damage, especially when the ally protection when the block damage falls off. Because check out, ally protection is for 2 turns, right? But block damage is for 1 turn. That means there is a 1 turn where ally protection will still be on all the allies and she will be soaking up all the damage without block damage in there. So that means she'll be taking the raw damage that is coming in from all the allies. 50% ally protection, that is, she'll be taking half of the damage while they will be taking half of it. So this champion is best known for being built in high defense for her to survive and high HP also for her to survive. Defense is the main thing you need though to keep a champion like this alive. So on the A1, she has a provoke on the A1, has a low chance of landing but can be booked up to a 50% chance of landing this provoke right there. So heals by 15% of the damage inflicted if this champion is under any debuff. So that's a conditional heal right there. I didn't even know about that until today because I really don't rely on that. Why? Because I usually build this champion in lifesteal. So that's a passive, that's the active skill right there, which increases duration of your buffs. Now for the early game, I'm going to be showing you how I intend to use this champion. Now for the early game, this is the main skill, right? But now for the end game where I intend to use that in PvP content, this is the skill that I'm looking forward to using. So I'm no longer relying on this one anymore. I'm now relying more on this passive to benefit me. She has an aura, increased defense in all battles by 25%. That means in most of your battles you will have Sandlashed Survivor in the leader slot, especially in the clan boss or in PvP content, if you don't have any other person with a better aura right there. So she's a tanky champion who can survive. For her blessings, you want to go towards this blessing that increases the commanding presence right there. It increases your aura by 2.5% for the first one and 7.5 and so on. So I want to increase that aura strength right there that she's bringing, or she'll be the champion boosting the aura of somebody else who is already in the leader slot. I just want her to have that one. If I had her unlocked for blessings, this is the one that I'll definitely choose because there are not many other ones that will suit her besides that commanding presence, because she's not there for damage, she's just there to support. So for masteries, I have this champion built in early game clan boss masteries, and that is what I use for the clan boss right there. Normal masteries for the clan boss, nothing special. Now if I wanted to change this masteries for this end game content right there, I'll probably go towards support, I don't think there's anything I need in the support 3. No, I don't think I'll go towards support. I think this mastery still works for the end game. Most likely not counter attack, because the enemies usually have higher resist than I do have accuracy for. I don't think this masteries will still work for the end game. I don't think there's any reason to reset it, although I do still have one more free reset right there. So normal clan boss masteries, heading down all over to War Master if you're going to be using that still in the clan boss or against some bosses. But I don't think this is useful for PvP content. I don't think so. So that's the masteries. I'll not be changing this one for now. Now, Sandlashed Survivor, I've shown you her skills. How I built her is still lifesteal. I regeared this champion today. I went towards different type of artifact sets that I should use on this champion. The best one that I thought to use on this champion was Guardian set. Guardian set will help her even take more damage from the allies, right? Because she's there to soak up all the damage while they survive, right? So I wanted to put her in Guardian set, but I didn't have enough speed, enough HP, enough stats on that type of set to put on her. Another set that I thought about putting on this champion was Stalwart set. Stalwart set will also, you know, help her take less damage from AoE attacks right there if you're going to be using her against clan boss and PvP content where they're coming with AoE. Stalwart set is awesome right there for you to use, and I do have a lot of it, but I didn't just like the stats I was seeing, because after her block damage expires, what else? I need her to just have some sustain, some self-sustain. I'm talking about some healing. So that's why I went towards lifesteal. Even if I'm not going to be using this champion for the clan boss anymore, once I got an unkillable team, she's no longer part of my clan boss team. So if you want to see Sandlashed Survivor in the clan boss run, if you want to see a battle like that, I'll card over here right now for this clan boss run that I did about this champion, how she helped my team, or other allies also helped my team together, and I did a 2-key to 3-key Ultra Nightmare clan boss team with her for over a year. So watch that video. I have a clan boss run, all our stats, the entire team stats, if you intend to use this champion for the clan boss. So watch that video. I will not be showing a clan boss run in this one. That's why I'm directing you over to this one. I want to show her in end game content right now, in the more difficult content like PvP, like 3v3 arena, gold 1, 2, and you know, those defenses that you cannot kill. And yeah, also maybe Doom Tower stages where she can just survive and all that. All right, which other set is good for her except Stalwart? Regen set is awesome. Immortal set is awesome. Anything that can keep her alive, you know, sustain her. Stalwarts, Regen. I tried to put her on Savage sets. Yes, she can do damage. Yes, Sandlashed can do a lot of damage, but I didn't have enough good Savage set to put on her. So that's Regen right there for her to keep herself alive. You basically want her to just be alive and, you know, sustain through all the damage that is coming in. Tanks need a way of sustaining, and the only way for her to sustain herself is through sets. Now, if you do have some good offsets, sure, you can put on her, but I have no other use for lifesteal. There is no other champion in my team that I was like, let me put in lifesteal. I was like, let me use my new lifesteal gear that I have, because I've been farming the dragon and getting new lifesteal, so why not put it on her? All right, that's the set that I think is best for her, lifesteal, and I've mentioned some other ones that you might want to put on her, but I don't see a lot of variations besides the one that can keep her tanky and take less damage like Stalwart, Immortal, Regen, or even this OP set, what's his name? Resilience. I tried to also use Resilience, a 6-piece Resilience set. I wasn't getting good stats from it, so I decided to get off it. So from this set, you see me going towards defense right here. Defense on the chest, speed boots, HP on the banner, defense on the amulet, and HP on the ring. What am I looking for? HP and defense. You've seen the whole thing. I did not go for crit damage glove. I did not go for crit damage amulet because I don't want damage on this champion. Now, while building your Sandlashed Survivor, if you do want her to do damage, you need a crit damage glove or a crit damage amulet, right? But I didn't want any crit damage on her. So if I'm not looking for crit damage, why did I build so much crit rate on her? I'm not looking for crit damage, but I managed to hit 96% crit rate. Why? Because I can. I've gotten the HP requirement that I needed. I've gotten the defense requirement that I needed. I've gotten the speed requirement that I needed. I could go up to 190 speed, but I decided to sacrifice that speed for more crit right there, because I don't want this champion going fast. I want that block damage to last as long as possible. That's why I built her this slow. Now I could even go slower to 150, 160, but then she'll be almost likely useless in my teams. I've seen some people build her that slow. If you want to build her that slow, you're only relying on her to have that block damage for as long as possible. Once it's triggered, she just stays there, sitting there waiting for her turn, which most likely will never come, with one block damage sitting right there. So that's another strategy to build her, just the way people build what's her name, Ursuga, the war caller. They build her extremely slow so she can just be tanky and hard to kill. All right, that's my total start right there. I've shown you the masteries. I've talked about her skill, which one I use in the early game and which one I'm going to be using in the end game right now. If you're new to raid, let me quickly head over to the classic arena right here, where I intend to use this champion, where I built her for. I built her for a team like this, a team that will go first. They will most likely nuke me, but I will survive it. I will survive it. How? Because I do have an HP aura right there in the lead who will take off some of the damage from me. I also have her at the back end right there who will also take some of the damage off from my allies. So that's what I intend to use her in. That's the reason why I finally built her, because once I can survive their first hit, they do have 2 nukers right there. I'm scared, but I wanted to try this one out. First nuker will go in. Will I die? Maybe, maybe not. Second nuker will come in with the nuke. Will I die? Maybe, maybe not. But then I have an opportunity to retaliate with my Magna. I do have a negative affinity right there. I could also use, in place of Magna, I could also use, what's his name? Kandraphon as my nuker right there. If they do have any debuff on me, I intend to cleanse it. All right. That's why she was actually brought out of the vault, so she can be part of my defense team. Go second arena teams in 3v3 arena. So Sandlashed Survivor can be in the early game your clan boss champion, who is built tanky to keep your team alive and extend buffs. And in the end game, let me slow it down and see what happens. Okay, we've been debuffed. Woo! We almost got nuked the first time. Are we gonna survive it? We almost did. We almost survived it. Almost. Magna just couldn't handle it and he died. Do we still have a chance to win this? I don't think so. She's tanky. We do have a fear on us now. I did not build resist on this champion. I did not build accuracy on this champion. I just wanted to increase her stats so much that, you know, that we can survive. But this one didn't work out so much. Let's look for another team like that. But that's what is supposed to happen. We're supposed to survive the first nuke. I didn't rely on them having 2 nukers. Usually don't see people in the arena with 2 nukers. Usually see people like in the arena with just 1 nuker like this, right? Just 1 nuker. We can probably survive this one. Let's try with 1 nuker to see if we can survive. 1 hit from Magna. Well, he does hit 2 times, but let's see if we can survive it. Gembo and Hondig messed me up right there. I hope this is not a nuke hegemon. Okay, it's not. Alright, let's go in for the hits. We survived it. We survived it. Now it's our turn to go in. And one, two. That is what is supposed to happen. You survive their hits and then you retaliate with yours, which they of course cannot survive because they are a squishy team. Usually go against a squishy team, with a team like this. So that's what I intend to do. Have it in my defense right there, and people who know how to counter those defenses will of course beat me. But let's see another team like this. Now I'm using it in 1v1 arena because I feel like 3v3 arena will take too long for us to battle. That's why I'm showing you these examples in 1v1. But where I intend to use this champion is in my defense team in the 3v3 arena. Hopefully I can survive Big Gun Snook. Oh, we got our skills locked, but we can cleanse it. triggered. Block damage is triggered. Block damage is triggered. Nothing is happening. And we are cleansed. And now we can retaliate. Block damage is still out there. That's why she needs to be slow. 1, 2. That's it. It's still cool to watch. It's just nice to watch. Because without Sandlashed Survivor in this team, most likely some nukers will not hit through your Ursuga the War Caller. If you do not have Ursuga the War Caller in your team, that's fine. A Vogot can serve that same role. A Vogot will be, of course, put in the last position. Some people will say maybe Sandlashed Survivor should be in the first position in the team. But I know Vogots usually are in the last position. Let me look for one more team like that to battle. Let's see if we can survive their nukes. This is a easy team. This is a warlord. He will most likely put our skills on cooldown, which is not a good thing. Now, this is, what's his name? This champion that locks passives, right? So he can lock out our passive and our passive might not trigger. So we're not going against this, what's his name now? Ramatu. So we're not going against him because our passive might be locked out and we cannot use it to keep ourselves alive. So the last team that I wish to battle, since I can't find any other one, let's just go against this one and let Thunders. Let's see if we can survive Thunder nukes. We are negative affinity against Thunder. She might do excess damage right there to Sandlashed. But let's see. So if you do have your Sandlashed chilling in your vault, now you have another reason to build her out besides Clan Boss. We got frozen. Even if we are frozen, our passive can still... Why is that Thunder that slow? Nuke? That's a stun Thunder. And we already use our cleanse. Frozen again. Decrease the duration of their debuff, their buffs. I'm waiting for Magna to come off free so we can end this battle before Thunder takes a turn again. Let me protect before something bad happens. This Thunder is too weak. He built his Thunder in like a stun Thunder. This is not a damage dealing Thunder at all. I couldn't even trigger the passive of Sandlashed. Alright, Magna, end this battle. Let's go home. Don't freeze me, please. And that's it. 44k damage. So I didn't build my Sandlashed Survivor for damage, although she does have enough crit rate. I just wanted her to be this champion that comes in there to help Ursuga the War Caller to tank that damage that is coming in from the allies, because Go Second teams need to survive that first single nuke. And I'm sure with Sandlashed Survivor on Ursuga the War Caller or any other tanky champion or in a shield set champion you have in your teams, they will survive that first nuke. And once you can survive that first nuke, you can then go in there and finish it. Either cleanse all your debuffs and then go in and nuke. So that's the reason why I built this champion, or brought her out of the vault and rebuilt her in this new lifesteal set. The lifesteal set I've not really triggered or not really used because most of the battles ends after Magna takes a turn. But in case the battle drags on further, that's why I put her in lifesteal to survive. Also in lifesteal set as she is, she can go into dungeon content and help me with content right there. To maybe try that out, I did put together this team, but I don't think it's necessary to show it because she's not really a champion best known for the dragon on dungeons, right? But she will do the same thing. She will keep allies alive with that passive proccing right there. So if you have a team like this, you put her in there, she will keep everybody else alive. That's why I put this team together without any healer or any reviver. But most of them are in lifesteal, so if they'll even keep themselves alive. So that's how I intend to use this champion for the end game, no longer in beginner game content. If you're new to raid, like I said, I've showed you the video. Watch that video right there to see how she performs in the clan boss. If you intend to use her in the clan boss, she's perfect right there. That's where 98% of players will use Sandlashed Survivor. I'm just that small 5-10% who is now using her in the end game arena right now for Arena Gold 5 or even 3v3 Gold 1, 2, where she'll be my defense team, go second team. Alright guys, let me know what you think about this guide for Sandlashed Survivor, an epic spirit affinity Ox champion who has been lost and forgotten in the end game and now only used by early game players who are trying to use her for the clan boss in those early stages. So let me know if you intend to use her for end game also, as you've seen the examples that I did, if she can help your team survive that first nuke right there. Like this video if this helps you, so other raid players can also see this video in their feeds and also enjoy it. Hit that subscribe button also if you've not done so already. I really appreciate you for watching this one all to the end. Later guys.